We're having really tremendous positive results with the customers we're engaged with. Our team is really solid, so it feels like this is the year that all that work gets put into action.
Hello and welcome from the sidelines of the ICR 2026 conference here in Orlando, Florida. I'm Jarrett Banks of Exec Edge. Joining me today is Michael Nemirow, the president of North America for Beyond Oil, which is listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange under BOIL, B-O-I-L. Michael, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Tell me a bit about Beyond Oil and what are your core products?
Our core product is a filter aid that's used in fryers to extend the oil life. And that has a very big impact on the operations for restaurants or any kind of food service group that's frying food. It also has a big impact on the health for the end customer, health for those people working around the fryer. It has a big environmental impact. It improves food quality, saves money for the operator, so it's a really amazing product.
Okay, who are your primary customers and where are you guys located?
Well, the company was formed in Israel Tech, food tech business there. We're around the world with distributors all in many, many different countries. In North America, in the US in particular, we're building out our team and we're selling directly to end customers along with a distribution network. So we have people working for us in a bunch of different markets in the US, pushing to a whole range of end customers. So there's those big brands that you know and big groups like that we're working with and doing pilots and talking to. Then there's a mid-size group, but in the US, mid-size is huge. So, there's an immense number of customers in that 200 to 2,000 location range. And then we work with distributors and they're targeting mid-size and small customers all through North America.
All right. What health or environmental impact are you guys addressing?
Yeah. So from a health standpoint, when you fry food, the oil gets filled with really sort of nasty carcinogens and these there's TPM and trans fats. If people have heard of trans fats, there's also something called acrylamide, which is a real known carcinogen, and that forms as you're frying oil. People may not realize that restaurants and other food operators, they'll reuse the same oil for 4 days, 5 days,
right.
and as that's happening, the heavy metals and all that are growing in the food. With us, we sort of reset the oil every day. That's how I like to think of it. So the oil stays high quality, and we'll extend oil 300, 400%. Someone who was frying and changing every 3 or 4 days, they might go 20, 25 days with Beyond Oil. Even if they just go 12 to 15 days, it's a major impact. And that food quality, that health quality is staying there. Also, the vapor around a fryer is full of all these nasty elements, so the people in the kitchen are breathing that in, and we help reduce that there as well. So there's a big health impact. Environmentally, when you fry less oil, oil production is a big issue with CO2 and water use, and we reduce that significantly. And then because we're resetting the oil every day, the food quality stays high. So if you think of oil over a 4-day life and the quality of the oil is going down, the food quality is going down with it. Because we keep it high, we stay at the high level of metric for those restaurants. So we make a big impact on the quality while that's occurring. So all of those things, and using less oil, they save money too, which they don't mind.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Let's talk about some of your current milestones and the recent deal with Cisco.
Yeah. Well, from a milestone standpoint, one of the big parts, 2025 has been around getting ourselves commercially set in North America. So we've been hiring people in the US with a significant background in selling to restaurant and food service. So we've built out our team in the U.S. And then we have what we call client success specialists. They're ex-chefs. So we hire all of them to go out and do the pilots. So one big milestone was building our North American team. And then we've been building out our pilots and market tests with brands you would know that we have a lot of positive traction with customers all through North America, and then building out our distribution network. So we started with some smaller distributors, but now we also have added Cisco to Cisco LA, and they're a major distributor. As a matter of fact, later this week I go to start training their staff with part of our team out in LA, okay. And that's hopefully just the beginning of our work with Cisco.
All right. What are some things that investors may not realize, and customers as well, about you guys that you'd like to say?
Well, when I look at our business, we really appeal, I think, to all sorts of different types of investors. So if you are a health investor, we make a really big impact on the health associated with fried food. There's a lot of studies around the negative impact of fried food that these components drive, and as we help lower the TPM and the acrylamides and the trans fats, it makes the food that people love healthier. And again, for those workers. So if you're a health investor, that's key. The impact around the environment is tangible. So when these large companies, we're working on a pilot today that they have a stated 2030 environmental impact goal, and using Beyond Oil, just that change would get them 25% of the way to their, our estimate is 25% of the way to their environmental goal by 2030. So it's a really dramatic impact. And unlike a lot of other things, you're making an impact while you're improving quality and saving money. I think for folks that are just looking for a good business, we have a really good we're a consumable. So as we add customers, and each customer is sort of its own little hockey stick. So you land a brand, and then they start to extend it through their business. You use this product every day in every fryer. It's one bag per day per fryer. So it's just a really nice revenue model. And then the last thing is, as a powder, nothing's easy in this world, but scaling a powder is relatively straightforward in how you scale to keep up with demand. So it's a very scalable business as well.
All right. I lived in Japan for about 10 years, and the way they fry things is so much different than you can just taste the difference. Let's talk a little bit about the health and wellness aspect of this. How are you guys addressing this?
Well, Japan's, I think, going to be a great market for us because they are so focused on that. And we really, the quality improvement of the food cannot be understated.
Right.
A lot of times when I'm talking to our sales team, I say people will try it because they save money. They'll buy it because of the quality impact. And you see that with delivered food, for example. If anyone's ever ordered delivered food, the fried food is the one that has the biggest impact, let's say, of the time. Well, a lot of that's because it's absorbing a lot of these nasty elements into the food. Our impact on delivered food is really tremendous because clean oil, less of it gets absorbed into the food for a whole bunch of reasons, which I want to address. So not only is it healthier and tastier, but less oil has been absorbed in there. Well, in Japan with tempura, all of these things, that quality of oil is really important, and we think that's going to be a great market for us.
All right. Last question. What are you most excited about as we enter 2026?
Well, 2025 was about getting out there and getting connected to these brands, starting our pilots and building our team. And 2026 is, I think, where all that starts to happen. We're having really tremendous positive results with the customers we're engaged with. Our team is really solid. So it feels like this is the year that all that work gets put into action.
All right. Look forward to that. This has been Michael Nemirow, the president at Beyond Oil. I'm Jarrett Banks, signing off from the sidelines of the ICR Orlando Conference.